Ridley Scott has a new film.
Yes.
And it's kind of hilarious that people are going after him, the critics, after this acclaimed filmmaker. And he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care.
Ridley Scott's like, what, 81 or something
80?
like that now?
He's
in
80s,
his
yeah.
80s? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't blame him for, at 80, you don't give a shit about literally anything except for the shit coming out of you. So I'm
God.
fine with all of these comments that he's making. I also
Right.
take everything that Ridley says more or less over the last 20 years, we'll say, with a grain of salt.
Right.
I'm a huge fan of the Alien series. Alien, the first movie, is one of my favorites, like top 10 for me. And when Prometheus was announced, like the new trilogy, I was like, oh my God, I'm already rock hard just knowing this is happening. And then it came out and I read the stuff he had said in interviews, like, oh, people are sick of seeing a xenomorph. That's why I made Prometheus without it. I'm like, are you fucking with me right now? The people love the xenomorph. That's the whole reason to go see an alien movie.
Yep.
So, like, creatively, I think Ridley Scott has pretty much more or less lost it. But I can respect a lot of the works he did, I guess, prior to 2000 for the most part.
I mean, he's 80. And these old guys are still making films. I love and respect that. Yeah, they're not as, I mean, was it The Gladiator was, the last one I probably really loved.
I think that's the last good movie. Yeah.
I
didn't see the new Blade Runner though, so.
I didn't see the new Blade Runner. I don't think I'm gonna. I want to see this film. Let's read a little bit. The French don't like themselves. The audience that I showed in Paris, they loved it. Ridley responded. There's an author of, I guess a historical author of Bonaparte, Napoleon. He said in an interview, pointed out that Napoleon was not present at the execution of Marie Antoinette and did not fire a cannon at an Egyptian pyramid as seen in the film. He said Ridley had created a caricature of Napoleon as a sullen boor and a cad with his wife Josephine, rather than the complex politician and military leader who shaped history. He also called the film very anti-French and very pro-English. He said the proof that this film is by an Englishman is that the most successful sequence is devoted to Waterloo and the Revenge of Wellington promoted to hero at the end. Others in France have taken offense at the delivery of some of the dialogue. Le Figaro said, the film could be renamed Barbie and Ken Under the Empire. French GQ said that something deeply clumsy, unnatural, and unintentionally funny in seeing French soldiers in 1793 shouting "Vive la France" with American accents. Vex, you know a little bit of French.
Je ne pas parler français.
I mean,
this sounds amazing. I want to go see this now.
I mean, how historically accurate does a film have to be for you to go see? Like, are you going there? It better be historically on point, or else. What's your approach to films like this?
I'm okay with kind of like dramatizing certain events for the sake of making a like a film work, but when you're approaching, characters like Napoleon, people that a lot of people into military history know a lot about, someone who was very critical to a lot of countries, not just France. You want to lean away from the dramatization and kind of stick to the facts, because there is still a very big group of cinephiles that will go pay money to see that, especially on a big screen. You have Joaquin Phoenix in there too, which I think is great. He's a phenomenal actor. Yes. Don't agree with what he does in his personal life, but he's great on screen, and that's all I care about.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would lean away from the dramatization personally, but I get why people do it. It's one of the issues I have with like a lot of the, I like true crime as well. But a lot of these true
Nice.
crime like dramatizations, like the Dahmer
Mhm.
series, for example, I fucking hated the Dahmer series.
That was great.
Just because it did sensationalize a lot of things unnecessarily that didn't. It's already Jeffrey Dahmer. There's no boundary you
Mm.
need to push with that story, right? Uh so I think it depends on the figure, but yeah, when you're talking like Napoleon, I would lean away from being inaccurate. I would lean into accuracy more because he had a pretty interesting life, regardless of how you spin it. Like, there's a
Mm.
lot you can do there. Mhm.
How accurate should this should these movies be for you to go and enjoy them? Or maybe they should be retitled and have a new genre of uh historical fiction, maybe, you know?
Is historical fiction technically a drama or a
A genre.
genre? Thank
No, I'm
you.
saying like maybe we create one. I think there is in books, historical
And
fiction
I
books.
like historical fiction in books.
Yeah.
I
Ridley Scott. I think anyone at 81 should just always like listen to it, like, oh yeah, what is he saying? The director of Gladiator and Alien said that he had little time for historians who pointed out the film's historical inaccuracies or inconsistencies, saying, "Were you there? Oh, you were there. Then how do you know? Oh, you weren't there. Then how do you know?" I love that.
Oh my goodness.
That is
That's
awesome.
great. That's great.
Asked in a BBC interview what he thought of historians who take aim at his film, Sir Ridley said, "You really want me to answer that? It will have to be bleeped in." I think I'm gonna see it now. I'm more excited to see it because of all this shit that he's like saying to all the wokosos. It's like, get a
Right.
life. Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck. That's actually persuading me to see it as well. Hold on, is it under 3 hours at least?
Can someone find out how long it is? Maybe Fletcher or Lord Thoth. He turns 86 next month. This motherfucker can say and do anything he wants.
Right. There you go. Okay, so this movie is
Wow.
it's 2 hours 38 minutes.
Oh my God. Napoleon, he's so fascinating, revered, hated, loved, more famous than any man or leader or politician in history. How could you not want to go there? I totally agree. It's a great subject. What are you going to go see this for historical accuracy, or you just don't give an F, just like Sir
You know what?
Ridley
I
Scott?
might have to go see it, just for the short of it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
that,
Get it?
that didn't land.
No, I got it. The short of it.
The
Napoleon
late
is
response. There we go. Yes,
right.
because he's a very tiny human. Yes.
The short dude. Napoleon. Do we got to say it like that when we go see it? 2 tickets, please, for what movie? Napoleon. Oh, it comes out in 2 days. All right.
Now the Marvels really has no chance.
Oh gosh. Wow.
It's over.
Yeah, it's over. Just like apparently Fletcher Williams' connectivity.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. It's all right. It's all right. You're still with us.
Yeah, see, try to make a dad joke and the internet goes out.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dad jokes, short jokes. Yeah, I might have to check this out though. I mean, you got all the chads all the time going like, oh well, the nose on the Sphinxes wasn't there. Well, in Waterloo, they had the other kind of canteens. The musket is not accurate. So and then on the other side, it's like, wow, it's no representation. But
they'll even say that, like even like the Northman, they were like, oh, that's wrong. That was the wrong armor thing. It was from the wrong century. It's like,
it's like
that was a badass film. I loved it.
Yeah, still was a good movie. So small details like that don't really matter, in all honesty.
Yeah, the bigger details, and you need to start calling it something else. Like I said, I think historical fiction would be appropriate.
Yeah, I agree.
I think there's something there. And no.